Good day to you children. Today we are going to discuss about the ways of or methods of finding solutions to the quadratic equations. There are three methods mentioned to you or given in your syllabus, in which the first method is factorization method. Factorization method, which you also know, which you guys have learned in your previous years in polynomials chapter, which is also called as splitting the middle term method. And the second method is completing the square. Completing the square. But due to the pandemic, this method has been deleted from your syllabus. And the last final method is by using quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. So out of these three methods, we'll be learning only the first and the third one, that is solution to quadratic equations by factorization and also by using the quadratic formula, in which today's topic of discussion will be finding the solutions to the quadratic equation by factorizing them. So consider an example or a quadratic equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. So since we are finding the solutions to this equation by factorization method, you have done this in your previous year's chapter polynomials. You have followed this method. So here first let us identify the coefficients. This 2 is coefficient A is equal to 2, B is equal to minus 5 and C is equal to 3. So now first let us multiply A and C. So A is 2 multiplied by C is plus 3, which is equal to 6. So now let us list the factors of 6. The factors are 1 into 6 and 2 into 3. These are the only factors of 6. Now if you see here, if you notice here, the sign before the constant term, before the term C, that is before 3, is plus. So now which of these pair of factors on adding will give you the middle term? That is 1 plus 6 will give you 7, 2 plus 3 will give you 5. So this is the pair of required factors. So using them we will rewrite our equation as 2x square minus 5 can be written as 2 plus 3 bracket close x plus 3 is equal to 0. I am adding them because the sign after the constant term, before my constant term is plus. So I am adding them. So this implies, here we split our middle term. So this implies 2x square minus, opening the brackets, 2 into x, 2x, minus into plus, minus 3 into x, 3x, plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we shall group them. So here in these two terms 2x is common. Taking it out, what is remaining is x minus 1. X minus 1 remains in the bracket. Similarly here minus 3 is common. So removing minus 3, what remains is x, because on opening the brackets we will get minus 3x minus 1, minus into minus plus 3 into 3 is equal to 0. So now we have x minus 1 and x minus 1 common in both of these terms. So taking x minus 1 common, we get 2x minus 3 into the brackets, which is equal to 0. So now when the product of two numbers is equal to 0, either we can equate any of these numbers to 0. So this implies x minus 1 is equal to 0 or and 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this implies x equal to 1. This is the first solution. On transposing 1, minus 1 becomes plus 1, and here x equal to 3 by 2. So these two are the required solutions for our given quadratic equations. Equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now consider example 4 from your textbook, which is the equation 6x square minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. Just like before, first let us write down what are a, b and c. A is equal to 6, b is equal to minus into 1, minus 1, and c is equal to minus 2. So now let us multiply a and c. A into c. A is 6 into minus 2. The 6 into minus 2, the factor is minus, the product is minus 12. Ignore the negative sign and let us write the factors. 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4. These are the factors of 12. So now, just like before, the sign after 2, the sign before 2 is minus 2. So we will be subtracting our factors. Each of these factors will subtract them and see which will be equal to the middle term. Middle term is 1. Middle term is 1. So here 12 into 1, 12 minus 1, 11, 2 minus 6 or 6 minus 2, 4, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So these are the pair of required factors. So now rewriting our equation, we get 6x square minus 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1, right? So minus 2 is equal to 0. So now this implies, let us x. So let us now open the brackets. 6x square minus 4 into x is minus 4x. Minus into minus plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now grouping these terms, we get 6 and 4. We have 2x common between them. So 2x, when we remove them, we have 3x minus 2 remaining in the bracket. And 3x minus 2, in between these terms, we have 1 common. So what remains in the brackets is 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Because 1 into 3x, 3x, 1 into minus 2, minus 2. We'll get the same thing once again. Now between these two terms, 3x minus 2 is common. When we take that out, what remains is 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now equating each of these factors to 0, we get 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 and 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this implies x equal to 2 by 3. This is the first solution. And the second one is x equal to minus 1 by 2. This is the second required solution for the given example. Now moving to the next example, that is, it is a little bit different. We will be splitting the term directly, middle term directly. The equation is 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Here we will directly split the middle term. So this implies 3x square minus 2 root 6x can be written as minus root 6x and minus root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. So grouping these terms together, we get here root 3x is common. Since root 3x is common, then what remains in the bracket is root 3x minus root 2. Root 3x minus root 2 remains in the bracket. Similarly, minus here root 2 is common. Root 2 is common. Since plus root 2 is common, so sorry, this is minus root 2. Minus root 2 is common. So now here we have since root 2 is taken out common, what remains in the bracket is root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. So this implies root 3x minus root 2. We can take them out common because they are common to both the terms. What remains in the bracket is root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. Now equating each of these factors to 0, we get root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0, and root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. We get x equal to under root 2 by 3 and x equal to under root 2 by 3 once again. So this equation 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus root 2 has two real and equal roots. Now let us directly move to exercise 4.2. The first question is find the roots of the quadratic equations by factorization. There are 5 sub questions to this question, out of which few I will solve and few I will leave it to you as your homework. So the first main question of the first sub question from the first main is the equation is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So as it is the norm, a is equal to 1 into and c is 10. The answer is 10. So now writing the factors 1 into 10, 2 into 5, 3 into 3 we don't get 10, 4 we don't get 10. So these are the only possible factors. Now what is the sign before c, before 10? It is minus. So let us subtract these factors. 10 minus 1 is 9. 5 minus 2 is 3. The middle term is 3. The coefficient of the middle term is 3. So this is the required set of factors. So now I will split my middle term 3 in terms of 5 and 2, just like we did before. So rewriting the equation, we get x square minus outside we can write 5 minus 2. We are subtracting because the sign before the third term of our equation is minus. So 5 minus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. So this implies x square, opening the brackets, minus 5 minus into 5 into x is minus 5x minus into minus plus 2 minus into minus plus 2 into x. So it is plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. So this implies, now let us take out common terms. Here x is common, what remains in the bracket is x minus 5 plus here 2 is common, what remains in the bracket once again is x minus 5 is equal to 0. So now in both these terms x minus 5 is common, what remains in the bracket is x plus 2 is equal to 0. So this implies x minus 5 is equal to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. So on transposing we get x equal to 5. This is the first solution, and x equal to minus 2. This is the second solution for the required equation, for the given equation. So x equal to 5 and x equal to minus 2 are the required solutions. Now the second sub question from your exercise 4.2 first main question is, the equation is 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Just like before, multiplying the first term and the second term, first number and the third number, 2 into 6, the answer is 12. Now let us write down the factors, 1 into 12, 2 into 6 and 3 into 4. These are the only possible factors. Now the sign before the third term, that is 6, before 6 is minus. So let us subtract off factors. 12 minus 1, 11. 6 minus 2 or 2 minus 6, it is 4. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So here our middle term, the coefficient of our middle term is 1. And here we got 1 to the third set of factors. So rewriting the equation, 2x square plus 4 minus 3. I am subtracting them because the sign before the last term is minus. 4 minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now opening the brackets and rewriting, we get plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. Grouping them and taking common, 2x is common. What remains inside is x plus 2. Similarly here, what is common is minus 3. So x plus 2 remains inside the bracket, which is equal to 0. So x plus 2 is common once again. This means what remains is 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this implies equating both factors to 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this implies x equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 3 by 2. These are our required solutions to the given equation 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now moving ahead to the third sub question. The equation is root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Just as we did before, multiplying the coefficients a and c, root 2 into 5 root 2. 5 as it is, root 2, 2. So 5 2s are 10. This is the required number. So 1 into 10, first factor, 2 into 5 is the second factor. Now the sign before the third term is plus. So let's add them. 10 plus 1, 11, 5 plus 2, 7. The middle number is 7. So this is the second set of factors, or the set of factors which are required. So now let us rewrite our equation. Root 2x square plus, we should add them. So 5 plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. So opening the brackets, root 2x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Now taking common from both of these here, x is the only common. X is the only common term. So what remains inside the bracket is root 2x plus 5. Similarly, in this case, plus root 2 is common. So what remains inside the bracket is root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So once again taking common, root 2x plus 5 is common between both the terms. So what remains inside is x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Equating both factors to 0, root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0 and x plus root 2 is equal to 0. So this implies x equal to minus 5 by root 2 and x equal to minus root 2. These are the two sets of solutions. Here you can rationalize the denominator and you can rewrite this solution as x equal to minus 5 root 2 by 2. You can also write this. So these are the two sets of required solution for the third sub question from the first main. And the next equation which we have is equation 4. That is 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. So first let us multiply a and c. First multiply the first and third terms. So 2 into 1 by 8. 2 1s are 4s are. 1 by 4 is our number. So factors of 1 by 4 are 1 into 1 by 4. 1 into 1 by 4 is one of the factors. Then we have 2 into 1 by 8. This is also one of the factors. Then we have 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So after listing all the known factors, what is the term here? It is plus. The sign is plus. So if we add them, 1 plus 1 by 4, we get 1 by 4. 2 plus 1 by 8. 8 2s are 16. 16 plus 1, 17 by 8. So it is 2 1 by 8. So half plus half is 1. Here the middle term is obviously 1. So this is the required set of factors. So this implies 2x square minus, splitting 1 into half plus half. Here we are adding because of the sign or the operation before the third term. Half plus half x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. So this implies 2x square, opening the brackets, minus half x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Now this implies, taking common, 2x square minus half x. X is common, x is obviously common, then common what remains inside the bracket is 2x minus half, and here minus 2x minus half is equal to 0. So what remains outside is 1 by 4 remains outside. So taking common once again, x 1 by 4 and 2x minus half is equal to 0. So x equal to minus 1 by 4 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. Subtracting the factors, we get transposing 1, we get x equal to 1 by 4, and transposing the same and simplifying, we get x equal to 1 by 4 once again. So this equation in the example 4 has real and equal roots. The sub question 5, that is the equation 100x square minus 20x plus 1 is equal to 0. I will leave it to you as your homework, as well as the second main, which is solve the problems given in example 1. That is also I am going to leave it to you as your homework. Straight away we will dive into the third main question, which is a story problem, which says find the two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So let one number be x, then the other number is 27 minus x. Why? Because sum of these two numbers is 27. If you add x plus 27 minus x, you will get 27 as your answer. Since this is quadratic equations, we will be using only single variable. If it was pair of linear equations in two variables, then we would have used two variables. Let the numbers be x and y. We would have taken like that and solved the equation. But since this is quadratic equation and we are supposed to use only single variable, here let one number be x, then the other number is 27 minus x. Also, we know that they have given us that product of both these numbers is 182. So that means x into 27 minus x is equal to 182. So opening the brackets and simplifying, we get x into 27. 27x minus x square is equal to 182. So on transposing and rearranging the equation, we get x square minus 27x plus 182 is equal to 0. This is our required equation, for which we will be finding the roots. So to find the roots, as we know, first multiply the first and last coefficients. So 1 into 82, 182. So the answer is 182. Now the factors, 1 into 182, 2 into 91, 3. It is not divisible by 3, 4. So the well-known factors of 182 are 1 into 182, 2 into 91, 7 into 26 and 13 into 14. So now the operation before the third term is plus. So adding all these factors, we get 1 into 182, it is 183, 1 plus 182, 183, 2 plus 91, 93, 26 plus 7, it is 33, and lastly we have 13 plus 14, which is equal to 27. So this is our required set of factors. So rewriting the equation using these factors, we get x square minus into bracket 13 plus 14 x plus 182 is equal to 0. So this implies x square opening the brackets minus 13x minus 14x plus 182 is equal to 0. So grouping them, we get x is common, x minus 13 minus 14 is common, x minus 13 is equal to 0. So this implies x minus 14 and x minus 13 is equal to 0. So this implies x minus 14 is equal to 0 and x minus 13 is equal to 0. So this implies x equal to 14, this is the first root of the equation, and x equal to 13 is the second root of the equation. So our required numbers are 13 and 14. This is the solution. If you add 13 and 14, the sum of the numbers is 27. So 13 plus 14 is 27 and their product is 182. 13 into 14 is 182. So these numbers satisfy both the conditions and we found these numbers using quadratic equations. Fourth question also I am going to leave it as your homework. So now moving on to the fifth main question. The altitude of a right angle triangle. So since they are telling this is about a right angle triangle, let us draw a figure. This is a right angle triangle ABC, right angled at A. So this AC is the altitude. So they have told us that the altitude of the right angle triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So if the base of the triangle is x, then the altitude is 7 centimeter less than, that is x minus 7 centimeter, that is the value. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, then find the other two sides. We know that from Pythagoras theorem we know that 13 square is equal to x square plus x minus 7 whole square. So this implies 13 square is 169 is equal to x square plus x square minus 14x plus 49. So on rearranging, we get 2x square minus 14x minus 120 is equal to 0. This is the required equation. If we find x, then we can find the values of the base and altitude of the triangle. Now let us reduce this equation. Divide the whole equation by 2. We get the equation of the form x square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. So now writing the factors, 1 into 60, 60 is the required number, so writing its factor, 1 into 60, 2 into 30, 3 into 20, 4 into 15, 4 into 15, 5 into 12 and so on. The factors will go on like that. So now here the sign is subtract. When we subtract the factors, we should get 7. So 60 minus 1, 59, 30 minus 2, 28, 20 minus 3, it is 17, 15 minus 4, it is 11, 12 minus 5 is 7. So this is our required factor. So this implies rewriting the equation x square minus 12 minus 5x minus 60 is equal to 0. So this implies x square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 is equal to 0. So taking common, x is common, x minus 12 into the brackets plus 5 is common, x minus 12 into the brackets, which is equal to 0. So now once again x minus 12 is common and x plus 5. So x minus 12 and x plus 5 are the factors. These are the factors. So now splitting the factors into two different terms, x minus 12 is equal to 0 and x plus 5 is equal to 0. So this implies x equal to 12. This is the first solution of the equation, and x equal to minus 5 is the second solution of the equation. But since we are talking about sides of a triangle, they can never be negative. So we can easily skip this root of this solution of the equation. So our answer is x equal to 12. Therefore, the base of triangle is 12 centimeters. So therefore, the height or the altitude is x minus 7, which is equal to 12 minus 7, which is equal to 5 centimeters. So these are the required sides of the triangle. That is, base is 12 centimeter, whereas the height of the triangle is 5 centimeters. Now going on to the sixth question. In the sixth question, a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day the cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. That means if x is the number of articles produced, if x is the number of articles produced on that day, then the cost of these articles will be 3 more than twice the number of articles produced. This will be the cost, 3 plus 2x. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, so for one article the cost is rupees 3 plus 2x for one article, each article. So for one article it is 3 plus 2x. Then the total cost was rupees 90. That means number of articles produced into the cost of each of these articles. 3 plus 2x is equal to 90 rupees. So now let us form our equation, that is x into 3, 3x plus 2x square is equal to 90. Rewriting the equation, we get 2x square plus 3x minus 90 is equal to 0. This is our required equation. So now let us multiply the a and c coefficients. We get 2 into 90, which is 180. So the factors are 1 into 180, 2 into 90, 2 into 90, and so on up to 12 into 15. So here if you see, the operation before the third term is subtraction. That is, we have to subtract these factors, 180 minus 1, 90 minus 2, and so on. On subtracting 15 minus 12, we get 3. So 3 is the middle term of our given equation, or the equation we got from the information given. So rewriting the equation by splitting the middle term, 2x square plus 15 minus 12 of x minus 90 is equal to 0. On opening the brackets, we get 2x square plus 15x plus into minus 12x minus 90 is equal to 0. So on grouping them and taking common, here x is common, so what remains inside the brackets is 2x plus 15, and here in this case 6 is common. What remains inside the bracket will be 2x plus 15, which is equal to 0. So this implies 2x plus 15 is common. What remains is x minus 6 is equal to 0. So this implies these are the factors. On equating each of them individually to 0, we get 2x plus 15 is equal to 0 and x minus 6 is equal to 0. So on transposing, we get x equal to minus 15 by 2 and x equal to 6. Since x is the number of articles produced, it can neither be negative nor a fraction. So we can easily ignore this x equal to minus 15 by 2. So x is equal to 6 is our required solution. This is the number of articles. Therefore, number of articles is x is equal to 6. Therefore, the cost of production of one article is we know that it is 3 plus 2x, which is equal to 3 plus 2 into 6. So which is equal to rupees 2 6 are 12, 12 plus 3 15. So cost of producing single article is rupees 15. So this is the required solution for the 6th question. So in the next chapter we will discuss about the quadratic formula and apply the quadratic formula to find the solutions for given quadratic equations and situational problems. That's all for today. Thank you.